Seraph, guess what?
Any security guard in this dorm
What?
complex should have the codes we need.
Why?
Half-Life Decay was released back in 2001 exclusively with the PlayStation 2 port of Half-Life as an expansion to it. The expansion was developed once again by Gearbox Software, the same folks who also ported Half-Life to the PlayStation, as well as the creators behind Opposing Force and Blue Shift. It was also overseen by Valve and published by Sierra Studios. But what you're seeing on screen is the PC mod, which is simply the game ported over to PC. I'll include a link down below in the description if you're interested. But with that being said, on a technical scale, I can't critique this game fully due to the fact it is simply a mod and may be buggier because of it. So take any of my criticism with a grain of salt. But with that being said, let's find out if this hidden gem of a Half-Life game is any decent.
I see the green and purple slot. The green is now going into the purple, so I need to get the green.
Now, story-wise, you did a very interesting scenario. This time around, you're playing as two different people as this game is purely co-op based, so I wouldn't recommend trying to play this game by yourself. In Half-Life Decay, you can either play as Colette Green or Gina Cross, both of which, like Gordon Freeman, are scientists at the Black Mesa Research Facility taking place during the same events and nearly in the same area as where the Resonance Cascade event took place from the original game. You even get to deliver the sample up to Gordon Freeman that would lead to this whole mess, letting the shit hit the fan and having the military show up. But one key thing to note about the story in this game is the fact in the previous game and the expansions, the whole goal was simply just trying to escape from the Black Mesa Research Facility, although ironically enough, only Barney Calhoun would achieve this. But in Half-Life Decay, your main goal is actually trying to fix the situation straight from the get-go. Your duo and Dr. Keller, instead of attempting to escape, are blatantly looking for ways to close the Resonance Cascade and fix the situation. So with the story side of things out of the way, let's discuss the good.
Nice to see someone is on time today.
It's a man in a wheelchair.
Freeman is running late.
Freeman's running late, that fucking guy.
Honestly, I do not understand what Kleiner sees in that boy.
Neither do I.
Let's get started.
I don't understand what anyone sees in that guy. He is
Ready upstairs.
fucking useless.
So you'll need to retrieve the sample,
Not like he's going to be the savior of humanity or anything.
He doesn't even speak up either at the meetings.
Hello, Doctor.
What a dick.
Story-wise, I thought Half-Life Decay was fairly well done of how it expanded upon the events of Black Mesa, and once again, the first-person perspective of the game is also really well done. But probably the best thing about Half-Life Decay is easily the co-op. Pretty much anything is fun with a friend. But not only is the fact that you're playing with another person great, the game fully adapts its gameplay to go with this. Half-Life Decay has plenty of puzzles that will need both players in order to complete them, and the level design is also extremely well done in some areas, giving both players the chance to work together to complete these puzzles. And considering I've never played Half-Life Decay before, me and Sarah found a number of puzzles where we spent a good amount of time running around trying to solve them, so props to that. But not only that, Decay also offers some replayability to the missions in the form of ranks that you get at the end of each level. Getting A's on every single level unlocks a secret level, in which you get to play as Vortigaunts. But not even getting to play as the G-Man himself could save any game from the bad.
Pretty sure if I go up there right now, I'd die, but... Or not, maybe not. I think I know what I gotta do here. I think I gotta jump from this fan on top of this thing. Ow.
Probably my biggest issue with Half-Life Decay is the same issues I had with Blue Shift. The game really doesn't have any boss fights or cool giant monsters to fight aside from a helicopter thing that you get to shoot down. But Gordon Freeman and Adrian Shepard both managed doing that just fine by themselves, so it's nowhere near as cool as two people. And the finale, or the final fight if you will of the game, is the same bullshit in Blue Shift where you gotta survive a few waves of Vortigons and alien soldiers for a few minutes. This is hardly climactic or even fun for that matter. And worse yet, the final section of the game wouldn't start for us 2 times in a row. Although admittedly, this is probably a bug from the mod itself, but annoying nonetheless. The game is also now broken up into levels instead of the open-ended connecting areas like in the previous game and expansions, so the pacing of the story and the game itself is kind of hit and miss at times. But probably my next biggest issue with Half-Life Decay is the AI. Now I've talked about Half-Life's AI in previous reviews, which you can click and watch at the end of the video at the annotations by the way, and I'm not sure if this was because of the mod, or the limitations of the PlayStation 2 or what, but the AI in this game is beyond stupid. They literally run around like chickens when being shot at, and the AI just can't seem to figure out who to shoot at times, and it's just a complete mess in the end. But no AI in any game can prevent the ugly.
Oh no, this guy! Look at his face!
Where I discuss graphics. Now, graphically, considering this is just an expansion, it's obviously more the same. But nonetheless, the game, or mod, includes the HD texture pack for the character models that was released with Blue Shift, and they look fairly decent for the time. But once again, this game includes a few similar areas as well as the great atmosphere of the original. And like I also mentioned in the good, you got some great level design and puzzles throughout this game, minus any good music however. In fact, there was barely any music in this game at all. Overall, Half-Life Decay is a fairly okay expansion with its own issues, but still comes nowhere close to the original game, or even Opposing Force for that matter. But nonetheless, me and Seraph still had a fun time overall playing this, but then again, pretty much playing anything is fun with a friend. So shouts out to Seraph for helping me solve puzzles, shoot aliens, become a Vortigaunt, and get lost once again in the Black Mesa Research Facility. So now it's time for my rating. I give Half-Life Decay, still better than trying to climb the ladders on the Source engine, out of 10.
What'd you do?
I don't know.